Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be talking about building an AI app in 5 minutes. This is our first installment of this series, and Nick and I are going to take you through this system and tutorial of how easy it is, and you'll be able to do it yourself, all within under 5 minutes. So Nick, take it away.
Awesome, thanks John. So today we're going to be taking a look at application architecture. What are we deploying? We'll go ahead and start it up, connect to a model server, and start predicting some iris species. This is an iris application. We'll see that in a sec. And then we'll take a look behind the scenes and see how we're actually getting from point A to point B and how everything is connected. So we'll start off with the application architecture. Everything has been documented in a GitHub repository. So everything here, I've actually gone ahead and cloned it to my local machine, and I'm running this on my laptop right now, so you can follow along at home. And what we're going to be doing is connecting to a Kubernetes cluster that I've already gone ahead and installed. We can go over that at a later point. But today we'll be deploying a Streamlit UI using Docker Compose. So again, I've already gone ahead, cloned the repository, and I have the command right here. So I'll just go ahead and copy this over to my terminal, paste, and in just a sec, our UI will be up. So I can go ahead and open up the application, refresh, and here we are. So this is the UI. It's an AI application for predicting iris species. Prediction is delivered via a model server with user selected input. So we have a model server that we've already gone ahead and deployed, and we'll go over that in a future video. But what we need to do is get the port for that model server, again, which is running in Kubernetes. So I'll go ahead and click this. This will open it up in another tab. And there's some information here, but all I'm interested in is the port. So we'll go back to the UI, plug in the port, and connect. So we're connected. It'll give us a list of the available models. If I had more than one model here, it would show up. I just have the one. I've called it Iris. So we'll connect there. And then finally, we can go ahead and send some data using these sliders.
And Nick, these are pre-built, pre-trained models that are in there. So this was pre-trained, done out of band, and loaded into the model server, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we actually pulled the model from S3.
Got it.
And it's expecting 4 inputs, the 4 dimensions of the iris petal. I'll go ahead and leave these sliders as is and press predict. And we get something back. So it predicted this particular iris flower. Now I can go ahead and change what these sliders are saying just for fun. Press predict again, and we get something different. So it is a live model server making predictions and returning them to this UI here.
So what's happening behind the scenes?
So great question. So there's 2 parts. So behind the scenes, part 1 is deployment. So how did we deploy the model? This was done in a Python script, and it is these 4 lines of code. So hey, create a project, import my model server function, add the model itself that we've called Iris and are pulling from this S3 path right here, and then deploy. That's pretty much it. So that went ahead, spun it up, and added an HTTP trigger so that we can send HTTP requests to the model. So that brings us to part 2, which is how are we inferencing? So I'll spin this down right here, and this is exactly the code that is being run behind the scenes. We're just making a post request to the model server at a certain route, passing in our inputs as a dictionary, and making a post request. And this is the response that I get back. So if I were to, change a few of these guys, rerun it, and we'll see that the values here updated, as did our response. So everything is happening in real time, and you can see the exact code that's being run to deploy the model, to use it behind the scenes, as well as the application itself.
So both the model is deployed, and we call that service or that function in order to inference and get the prediction back.
Correct.
Got it. Wow, looks pretty good and pretty easy. And the Streamlit UI that you're using, can you tell us quickly, can the audience just use that too?
Yeah, absolutely. This is part of the GitHub repository as well. So go in here. It is under Iris UI, and this Docker Compose file is right here. So you can see how the application is being built, the Python code behind the scenes, and you can also make changes yourself.
Great. This is great. So it's almost like a template where you could use it, and it's nice because it has a user interface on it, so you can see what you're actually getting back. So anybody could take this and modify it and build their own app with it using everything that we have in the Git repository.
Absolutely. And we encourage you to do so.
Great. Okay, thanks so much, Nick. And you have the link at the bottom where you'll be able to get to the repository and clone it and modify it yourself. If you have any comments, we'll give you information so that you can contact us and follow what we're doing. Thanks so much.